Bro, my first ever solo performance is at WMD. Rude boy, I'm bringing bare gal.
Enough, Yash.
You know them ones
And
that
yeah,
performs different when gal are in studio. I make the best beats. And I'm like, yo, let me turn that snare up. It's like, oh my god, he's so creative. Yeah?
Listen to your Gasman.
100%. Bro, if a girl's in the studio, no, you're out of the game. When there's a girl in the studio,
You've been
I
to the
work
studio
with-
before.
Yeah, no, I was telling them
Yeah,
about with Fox.
Fox, yeah.
what's it called? Luke,
Luke and that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fred.
Ecula. Yeah.
Fred.
All right. I think we're gonna go live right now.
Okay, so which seat am I sitting on?
You got the big
Thank
seat.
you very much, brother.
Anyway.
Hold on. Doors closed and that. All right. Yo, do you know what? Hold on, people. I've got to invite a couple of people into this thing real quick. Hold on. Shout out UR World.
Big up.
Oh, God. Just facilitating. Hold on. Yeah,
Fred
we're all
in the
in.
building.
Got Fred Dixon in the building as well. He's next.
Curtains.
It's gonna be absolute. Yeah.
Curtains.
Right.
Listen, I don't
How are we looking?
As you
How
go,
are we looking?
How are we looking?
I'm looking taller. That's why I'm looking.
I'm quite tall, you know. Yeah, you know. I'm not that short. Man, I'm done.
Yeah.
We've got a slight delay on the YouTube, but it's all good.
That's all good.
Right. So here I have a guy who's got accomplished. Do you know what Australia we're talking about? Like all the Koi over there on the other side of the world, they're talking about this guy. He's worked with people like Skibbity, like oh my gosh, like the tune Badders is so bad. There's people doing dances to it all over the world. Like it's that crazy. So without further ado, let me introduce the artist by the name of Chose. How you doing, bro? Blessings.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good.
How's everything, man?
I'm blessed, man. We just doing this WMD stuff out here and just trying to bring musical greatness to the world,
man,
you know?
Definitely, for sure.
So,
I'm loving the platform and loving what you guys are doing. It's actually one of the first things I've ever seen, and I've been in this game more than 10, definitely more than 10, 12 years, and I've never seen anything like it, and that's why I got involved with the first year of the festival. I thought it was just very innovative and creative, and man, it's looking like it's going to big things for sure, 100%.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
No problem, man.
Thank
Definitely
you.
for sure.
Right, so like you've had a project. In actual fact, let's take it back to the top. Where did this all start from? Because I know you're under different names, but when you came as Chose and I heard that you were changing to an artist, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let me find out some more information. Talk to the people.
Just basically alternative artists that started in the scene about, you could say, more than 12 years ago. I actually was part of a band collective. I was trying to do sort of like a Prodigy sort of Chase the Status kind of feel, where you're bringing elements together, because with all due respect, at the time I felt like a lot of people were doing the same thing, and I just wanted to do something kind of similar. And at that time, weird enough, the only person that I saw that was thinking outside the box and doing their thing was Exo Man. So it kind of made me feel like, all right, cool, there are people out there that are willing to risk it all for what they believe in. So that's why I started doing it. It started as Chosen. I thought that the name started to become more arrogant, so I changed it to Chosen Official. Then I thought, nah, that's a bit weird. And then after that, I just decided Chose, because everyone was nicknaming me Chose, and I just thought, okay, cool, let's go from there. But yeah, I'm an alternative grime artist that's been out in the scene for a while, and just believe in organicness, believe in connecting with people from the underground to the over, and I've studied the game a very, very, very long time, so I know probably 80% of what it takes to get a record or get hyped to where it needs to go. Do you know what I mean?
See, I love that. That's experience. That's time. Again, people, this thing isn't. It's not an overnight success.
It's
a lot of
definitely not an overnight
a lot of the artists
success
that you're gonna come across like just period, who are doing well. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you got millions of followers. You could be doing well with 5,000 followers, you know. But they've all put in the graft, and it hasn't been an overnight success. It's been down to trial and error. And as I was saying before in the previous interview, if you haven't had the rejection, you ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
A lot of no's in this game.
I saw you've done some work with like orchestras.
Yeah.
Like, there's levels. There's levels. One day, WMD, we will have a full orchestra in. I'm telling you this now. Remember, I said it. Yeah. But I see that you're doing performances with orchestras, and if it like. That is completely different because I mean, coming from grime, you've usually got a back. It's usually the backing track.
Then you're going to perform. Yeah, 100%.
What was there any difference performing with an orchestra? Was there any? Did you have to change techniques or anything like that, or delivery?
Yeah,
or like...
100%. When you're with a full band, like a guitarist, bass player, and a drummer, and you feel the snares, you're necessarily more in the performance of hyping the crowds than the actual lyrics. But when you're in an orchestra, everything's more stripped down. So therefore, people are listening to you more. So that's why I had to rehearse my energies on stage, and I had to, instead of being so aggressive and angry, I had to just lay it back a bit with an orchestra, because sometimes people want to hear the musicality as well as the lyrics. Together, do you know what I mean? If you've got a full band, and you know, sometimes it's got a lot to do with engineers as well. If they get your levels at a certain level, then all day long you can do lyrics, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. You know, it's no one's fault, but sometimes a bass player wants to be a bit more louder, guitarist wants to be, drummer wants, and they have every right to, because what's the point of being on stage and you're not doing what you're doing? Do you know what I mean? And everything. But as an orchestra, it's definitely a next level of, you just can feel it as well, that you know that you have to change your style of performance when it comes to that.
Yeah, no, that's it. See, I just love the different facets of it, because as I said, a lot of the time when you do hear grime, it's usually given to you in dubplate form. DJ, MC, DJ,
100%.
So yeah,
but it's kind of mad when you're doing grime and you're doing pirate radio station. It's actually training you for the stage, because a lot of the kids of today that are going viral and stuff, I'll be honest, a lot of them are not what I think should be deserving on a stage, because it's not their fault. It's just that they get 1 million views and then they just get thrown in the mix straight away. Whereas back in the day, when you signed to a label, they first did artist development, where they train the artists to be a certain way and perform a certain way before they put him out on the stage. Because you got to understand, you are still a product, and you've got to have to present yourself as a product to the masses. So to do that, you need to train day in, day out, lyrics wise. And Pirate was just perfect for that, because you're literally going there every week, rehearsing bars, but you don't even realise when it comes to the stage, it's just a breeze, because you're not like, it's effortless, because you're just thinking, I do this on my sleep, you know what I mean, type of thing. So yeah.
No, that's it. Right, so sorry, 1 second, because it's trying to flinch and switch and stop the vibe. And we're not gonna stop the vibe.
Never gonna stop the vibe.
This is organicness.
This is what we do, man.
Here we go. There we go.
Yeah,
we just get you straight. There we go. Right, sweet. Kind of. There we go. Right. Cool. So moving on. So we had that's a little bit of history. So we've got the background. Now we need to fast forward to the future. Right, so you brought out a product.
Yeah.
An album.
Yeah.
Dare I say a masterpiece?
Hey, boy. I let the people decide that. Do you know what I mean? Let the people decide.
From the reviews I've been reading about this project, and the thing is, like, I received this project early.
Yeah.
So I've actually had a chance to digest it.
Because me and Jay go way back, man. We go way back, so it's only right. Do you know what I mean?
Like, and I, if I like it, I support it. And he will tell you, Shay will tell you, like, if I don't like something, then I'll just say, look, I don't like it. Like, this one's not
but
for me.
It's nothing personal. Do you know what I mean?
It's just my taste.
Yeah, 100%.
But out of all the tracks, I'm sorry, Badders, it's the that bit, like, it's just so smooth with it. Like, it was dope. But no, talk to us about working with the late great Skipper D.
Yeah, man, that was mad. Big up Shay Southern, because actually it was Shay who hooked it up, and we did it years ago. Years ago, and literally I think it was the second to last track before the album was complete, and I just remember Shay was like, yeah, because Shay did the production at first. He did the production, then he was like, nah, I think it needs to be more jungle. It needs some more jungle feel. And I was like, Shay, like, you sure? Like, it's nah, just it needs. I think it's dated. We need to go current. And so I linked up on my guy DJ Links, who's massive in the drum and bass scene right now. Big shout out to Links. I just sent him the parts, and then he just came back with something. And Shay said, "That's what we're talking about, man. That's exactly what we're talking about." And yeah, I just remember Skibbity, R.I.P. Skibber. He just literally came into the session, did it within, I kid you not, like 20 minutes. Just literally spat the verse in one take, and then he said, "All right, bros, take it easy, man. That's it." Out, and it made me so jealous because I'm like there for like at least 4 hours going back and forth with the lyrics and all that, and he just came in there and just literally did it in half an hour and just said, "Alright, bro, take it easy, like safe, man," and all that, and then that was it, man. And that just showed me the level of. But to be fair, for him to do that, I know that he's been doing this. He's been doing this from one day.
That's
you know
OG
what I mean?
techers.
Do you know what I mean?
I walked to the street like, yeah, yo, it's done. Go and mix that down. I'll catch you in the
Do you know
piece.
what I mean? He's just a legend, man, and he always remained a legend. Like, because without him, there won't be 99% of MCs today. 100% facts. He was like the start of MC, and you know what I mean.
I remember One Nation Take Packs, Debt and Skip.
Bro,
yeah, Rocky,
bro,
just slamming vinyl.
bro,
Just like I'll be here talking all day
bro.
about nostalgia. Like, so let me just bring this up. Like, there you go. Yeah,
Bro,
so
you know what I mean?
no, that's amazing that you're able to work. And were there any like wise words that he imparted? You know, when you come across these OG sites, sometimes they just drop a one liner and then cut. You're like, huh?
No, Skipper just always support from far. Like, he would always like my stuff, look at statuses and stuff, and just message me now and again. But I knew at the time when I was doing my thing, he was just getting mad busy with his group, and I just knew he was just. Everyone was just asking him for features ridiculously and stuff. But Skipper, anytime I see Skipper, it was always love, man. And because he was Ghanaian and I was Ghanaian, it was always that kind of similar connection as well. Because I used to go to church with his brother, so it was always kind of like a small kind of connection that way as well. So, but you know, in terms of advice, he didn't really give me like the full talk, but he always said, "Big yourself up, keep doing what you're doing," type of thing. That's what I always say. But to be fair, as a brother, he was more like a personal good friend, like just say what's going on, how you been, man, rather than music. Because I think a lot of musicians don't want to talk music every single day. Do you know what I mean? They want to talk, do you know what I mean? They want to talk about more about life and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll say that. But yeah, R.I.P. Skipper, man, R.I.P. Skipper. Definitely
100.
sure.
Right, so the album DIY.
Yeah,
making an album is not a small task.
100%.
I've helped create many albums in my time.
Yeah.
And making
some great material as well, man.
It's not a small task.
It's not a small task.
So what was the kind of process what was the approach that you took to it, and why did you feel you were ready to do an album?
A lot of stuff was going through my life at the time. Broken up with my girlfriend, job, career, leaving management, didn't know where the industry was going. I was going to gigs and I just didn't like the sound, didn't like how people were performing. I just felt like not a lot of people were putting albums out there that were good from the UK, rap-wise.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to discredit any artists out there, but I didn't think nobody was making a body of work. Like, if you looked at the Marshall Matters, you know, Blueprint, Illmatic, you know, 2021, all bodies of work, you know, structures from beginning, middle, and end. I didn't feel like a lot of people were doing that. I feel like the last time, but to be fair, what inspired me the most that year of making me the album was, the two albums for me was Kano's Made in the Manor and Skepta's Konnichiwa.
Yeah.
I think more Skepta's Konnichiwa because it was a statement to say we're not going nowhere, we're not, you know, F radio, F the labels, we're going to do it ourselves, and literally did it themselves. And I saw the process of him doing the gigs at the Coco's independently packed, then going to O2 packed, and then, you know, going car parks in Shoreditch packed, and like, you know, and I know people saying that, oh, Skepta's done it for a while, but it was a different kind of feeling. It was like something fresh and exciting and new, and I just felt like I want to be a part of that. So I just said, you know what, if people want to really, if I've got to get people to know me, I've got to let them, like, give them a body of work. I just got to give them a stamp, like a card that says, if someone asks us who's Chose, here you go.
Yeah.
So I just thought, yeah. And to do that, I need to come, it's like one shot, if all or nothing. So I just like, cool, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it organically. And I'm going to represent where I'm from. And that's why you got people like Skibbity on there. You got another guy called Phil Sayer. Big shout out to Phil Sayer, who was the voice for the London Undergrounds and Overgrounds. And actually, he was the voice of the beginning of the Marshall Matters public service announcement.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so he just learns how to change voices and all that. Do you know what I mean? So the fact of the matter is, it was everything. When you listen to the album, it all kind of makes sense of where I'm from and why I picked particular songs and why it merges with the threads to where it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had to have the jungle with the Skibbity because that's all of our, whether we liked it or not. Do you know what I mean? And everything like that. I had to have the patois kind of like reggae, Barrington Levy kind of vibe, because when I was growing up, it was all about sound clashes and all the time. Do you know what I mean? Going Brixton. It was a Jamaican heritage. I wasn't. Peckham was more African. Brixton was more Jamaican. You know, and then to have my mum at the end of the album, it was more to show like the inspiration of a person coming out of SW9 to where they're going to today. So I just personally said, let me just give the people a body of work. But it took about 2 years to make 11 tracks. It took 2 years. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's the reason why you got to take time with it. I actually got a distribution deal from it. I got a distribution deal with a label from it because they could see that we took time and effort and blood, sweat into this record. And that's why I just feel like people, if you're going to put a body of work, make sure this is it. This is like, you're like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Don't rush it. Just take your time with it because quality will always overcome quantity. I always believe that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
100%. So, will you do another one?
Yeah, I'm literally, yeah, I'll say probably in the next few months I'm gonna start on the next one, man. I think by next year I'll definitely have it wrapped up for sure.
It's a lot of energy, like, because it's almost like you do it and it's like, yeah, the weight off the shoulders, and you're like, well, I want to do it again.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But it's one of those things. It's like at the same time when you've got advisors like, big shout out to Alan Seema, that tell you that a record needs to be worked for at least a year and a half, maybe 2. You have to understand why, because there is a whole big world out there that don't even know who you are yet. And the fact of the matter is, you got to actually follow the blueprint like this rascal boy in the corner, because it took him literally a year and a half, maybe 2, before he released Showtime. Because he was out and around the world promoting Boy in the Corner, and you need to like literally. I released that album July 21. Now Australia are talking about it. Do you know what I mean? That tells me I've still got work to do. Do you know what I mean? Type of thing. The record ain't. It's old, but it's not old. It's still new. Do you know what I mean?
It's still new. Like,
it's
how many billion people in this world? It's always new. Your music's always new to someone.
So I could be ready to start on the next project, but saying that, I still ain't finished with this project. So I'm just still working on this project before I go on to the next one. And I advise that just work that project. Doesn't matter how long it will take. Eventually, it'll get to 2 years. 3, you'll see a massive difference. You just, as long as you're working literally every day at it, 2 years max, you would definitely see a massive difference for sure. And that's how I'm seeing it. So yeah, definitely for sure.
All right, cool. What's your favourite food?
Jamaican.
Jamaican.
Yeah,
but what's that? Listen, that's
gonna kill because
it should be jollof.
I said this the other day. I was like, I don't know what it is, man, but it's jerk chicken, rice and peas, and I just don't know what it is. I don't know why. It just hits me different. It just hits me different. I love my jollof, but it's something about rice and peas, man. It just hits me different, man.
Pop.
And another one, fufu. I love fufu. I don't give a crap. Like fufu with peanut soup, okra. Oh, the best ever, man. When you're ill, That definitely for sure.
See that
100%.
medicine, that medicine.
Yeah, then Italian after that. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah, because you are.
Yeah, Italian. Yeah, yeah. Gardy's
See,
Italian,
this
so yeah,
guy.
Italian third, but definitely I don't know where it's Jamaican, man.
That's because we've got that flavour. We've got that flavour, like double, like this. Alright, cool. If you could perform anywhere in the world, as I said, from what? You could be in Timbuktu, on the top of the Chichen Itza, where would you perform?
2 places. It'll be either Ghana or Japan.
Japan.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereabouts in Japan?
I don't even know, but it just the support that they give to artists. It's just it's amazing,
They're
man.
fanatical. Like,
They're
literally,
fanatical.
True sense of the word.
And if it wasn't Ghana, because Ghana's my hometown,
Mm.
this is my roots. But if I didn't pick Ghana, it would definitely be France. Definitely,
France?
yeah.
You haven't done France yet?
I haven't done France.
Oh man, you got to do France.
That's
man.
what I'm saying,
France
bro.
is wild.
I've been in
France.
France. Out of all the countries I've travelled to the most, France is the most place I've been to many times, and the culture, musically and all that. I just love the French scene. I just love everything about it. I love the rappers there. Big shout out to Prince Wale. If anyone knows about Prince Wale, he's cold. Yeah, just love France, man. It's just amazing scene, man, and their visual aspects and their culture just incredible, man. So that would be it, I would say.
Cool. Who would be your dream collaboration? Bar the ones that you've already done in the album.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't bring that up.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about future now.
Yeah. All right. So, would it be past or present?
Either.
Michael Jackson, man.
See.
Michael Jackson. If I really wanted, but if
Michael
I was,
Jackson on grime, you know.
that would be mad, isn't it? But if ideally, no. If it's English though, like if it's like
No,
round the way
there's
or whatever,
no-
it's Michael Jackson or it's the Prodigy. Definitely for sure, the Prodigy.
No, Prodigy, I'd have to work.
Yeah, definitely the Prodigy. Like, they for me are the symbol of believing in yourself. Don't bow down to any superiors. Don't listen to anything. You know, do it yourself. Believe in yourself, and you'll remain the same for over 20 years, and that's what they've done. They could just go away and come back in 5, and they'll still pack out shows left, right, and centre, and still do things. So I say the Prodigy for me.
All right. Favorite sport?
Football, man.
Football.
Yeah,
Team?
Man United, man. Come on, man. I'm a Man U
The
fan, man.
interview's over, by the way.
Man U fan, man. Man U all the way, man. I'm Red Devil, man. Love Man U, man.
All right. And favorite item of clothing?
That's a hard. What in brand or like
Favorite item of clothing?
favorite item of clothing? I'll say a hoodie.
Hoodie.
Yeah.
Any particular brand?
I would have to say a Visu, man.
Visu.
Visu, man.
See,
I
this
love
is
Visu,
you know
man.
he's old school. He says the Visu. You know? Like, that's deep in the veins. That's deep in the veins. Along with the tears, the 110. That's deep.
Even with these
Exactly.
bad boys, these are
Oh,
old school
ooh.
classics, you know what I mean?
Jeez.
So yeah, but a Visu, man. It's something about a Visu, man. Just can't walk
Yeah,
away from.
They'll were a piece still.
Yeah, man.
Right. Where's your next performance?
Literally, the next performance is. I've got a lot of performances, but the next performance is at World Music Day Festival at Fox and Firkin. That's going to be live. Oh,
Cool. Make sure you're there. And before we go, tell us all your socials so everybody knows where to follow you and everybody knows what to do. Make sure you go stream his music and put it on repeat. Leave it on repeat overnight. Yeah. Anyway.
So album's called DIY. It's on all streaming platforms. It's Chose Official, CHOZE Official on all platforms. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Cool. It's been a blessing. Thank you for your time,
my
man.
brother. God bless you.
Blessings.
Respect
Easy.
King. Nice
Well,
one.
man.
Man, I had to bring out the Aviso. I knew. As soon as I said something, I started laughing. I knew already. Like, you could have asked me that. What's Jones's favourite brand?